Today I want to talk briefly about the natural fix to bad eating. So lately I had been kind of experiencing a bit of bad eating habits, or kind of eating foods, eating too much of foods, or eating too little of foods, or eating, you could say, like not good quality foods, or eating extremely you could say like natural foods. So I kind of like avoiding anything that's slightly processed. Basically a bit of chaos. Now, what I noticed, and the moment that I started completely going away from these bad eating habits, and I assume if you watch this video, then it's probably because you have a bad eating habit in the sense that you eat bad food that you don't want, but you do it anyway, like chocolate, like, I don't know, peanut butter. Actually, it's not that bad, peanut butter, but other foods, like maybe donuts or something like that. Or too much sugar, too much carbs, too much protein. Maybe if you eat just too much, that's also like considered a bad eating habit. The natural fix is actually really simple, because I can guarantee that the reason you're probably doing this, if it's not to escape, because if it is to escape something, that's a topic for another video, I won't cover it. But if you don't really feel like you're escaping something, then the fix to bad eating is realize that you can eat whatever you want. You can eat however much you want of whatever food you want. Because what I noticed is I was putting these limits on myself. I was like, oh, I have to eat this specific food. I cannot eat this specific food. I have to eat so much food. If I eat too much, it's bad. So I was putting all of these limits in terms of the type of food, the quality of food, the amount of food. I was putting these limits on myself. And as soon as I told myself, and I kind of got this through an insight, is I can eat however much I want of whatever food I want. I have the choice to eat that. And as soon as I said that, it was like, damn, I realized that I could choose. So, for example, there would be chocolate lying around, like, or maybe a donut lying around, for simplicity's sake. And instead of trying to sort of crave for the donut, you understand that you can eat whatever you want of how much you want. And then you're like, okay, but do I want to eat this donut? No. Why not? Well, because I don't want to eat it. It's not, it's like sugary food. It's going to cause a crash. It's going to probably fuck up a bit of your mood as well. So like, no, I don't want to eat this. So as soon as you make this change in your thinking, pretty much bad eating, if it's not to escape, is fixed. I'm claiming this because I know it has worked for me. So just understand that you can eat whatever you want, how much you want, because you're truly free. You can see it in the top here of the screen. It's obviously a different type of free, but you are truly free in what you do. The same applies to eating. And if you feel like you are having some bad eating habits, it's probably because you put limits on yourself. And either you do this or you follow someone else's diet and that has limits. So you're like, oh, you should only eat vegetables like this, or you should only eat like fruit. You should get rid of all of this and just understand that you can eat whatever you want. The same applies, by the way, to discipline. That's actually a topic maybe for another video, but this is where I also saw this idea. Basically, the idea, if you're struggling with discipline, if you're struggling with working, understand that you do not have to work. It's your choice. It's like you can choose if you work, how hard you work, how much you work. You can choose all of this. Like, there's no one telling you how to live your life, essentially. And as soon as you understand that, like, a huge relief drops. And I think as a encloser, the reason this happens is because the energy is released. So when you have limitations, you're basically straining yourself with invisible weights of energy, which you literally kind of carry with you. And as soon as you say, oh, I have the choice, then it's like, oh, the weights go away and the energy frees up. And because you have more energy, you're able to see the situation more clearly. Because of that, you're able to make the right decision. So that's a really quick natural fix to bad eating. Applies to discipline, but once again, you can dive into some other information about that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and see you in the next one.